I'm Stacey Fleece, co-hosting as always with Samantha Tredelius. How are you, Samantha?
Hey girl, here I am. Woo woo. Another day.
Another day, another busy day. But I'll tell you, they say if you want something done, give it to a busy woman.
This is a
And
fact.
our guest today is no exception. We are joined by Eines Achour. Eines, thank you so much for
Hi.
being here. You
Thank
are
you.
the consummate busy woman who decided to just add your own business on top of all the other things you were doing.
Yes.
So you are a mother. You have two young children. You are managing a tableware shop from the other side of the world, which
Yes.
is cool, and I want to touch on that. And then during a pandemic, you thought it'd be a really great idea to start a natural skincare, body care line, which is amazing. So you've had that for 2 years, but let's dial it back a little bit. Tell us sort of how you got to the point where you were like, yeah, starting a business sounds like a great idea. Even though I've got this job that I work nights because it's on the other side of the world.
Yeah. So actually, I was in love with doing such stuff like a long time ago, but it started when I had my son, like it was 8 years ago, because he had like very dry skin. And then I wanted to have something that I really understand what's the ingredient in the back, something that I can really read and understand. And it started from there. So I started like looking to some videos and this, and it started from there. And when you get in this and you dive in, you will feel like, oh my gosh, I cannot use anything from outside. I feel like it's the same when you start cooking at home, you feel you cannot eat anymore like junk food. It's the same
Yeah,
thing,
all
just
the
you have to
processed
be
stuff
healthy.
goes away. So as you dig in, you're like, holy crap, everything we're using is awful.
Yeah, definitely, exactly. We used to live in Lebanon. Okay, I've been in Dubai, Qatar, Lebanon, so I've been everywhere. Then before the pandemic, we decided to come to the US because there was a revolution in Lebanon. So we moved to the US. And then I get used of being a busy woman the whole day. And then I felt like, okay, even I'm working at nights, I don't have nothing to do apart of taking care of the kids. That's not that me. That's not me. And it was my friend's suggestion just to have that I have to turn my hobby because like people around me usually they love what I make and they say this is the time to turn it to a business. And it started from there.
I
I
That's
love it.
fantastic.
So is business over in these other countries different than business here in the States? Yes. What's been the hardest thing to know how to do? Like what's been the hardest part?
Usually because usually I've been working like face to face with customers. I used to work in the LV in Dubai. I worked as a general manager of Victoria's Secret for the whole GCC, then moving to Lebanon, the same, doing event, and then I felt like I have to turn to an online thing that you don't talk to people you don't know, because I believe like the body language, gestures, and everything have an impact still when you can present your stuff. Coming being new in the US, it was even hard for me at the beginning to know from where should I get my ingredients. Everything was new. But still, I feel like sometimes you can find the good part of the social media. I joined a lot of groups, asking. That's why I always say you should always ask. Don't feel shy asking. That's what can help you to advance in anything in your life. So your
100%.
your background isn't in sort of chemical compounds or natural ingredients or like how did you teach yourself this?
Okay. When I wanted to start to make it as a business, I'm a person who reads a lot, and then I did some online classes to get some certificate to make sure I'm doing it, because I didn't know before about the FDA regulations, about all of this stuff, how it
Oh yeah,
works in
that's got to be
the
a
US.
hassle, right?
Yeah, exactly. And
Yeah.
I want to be really doing the things properly, not in a different way. So with the online courses I've got, especially, and what helped me, like it was because of the COVID, everything turned to an online, so you don't really need to struggle moving from here to there. And this is from where it were like from where it started. But as my studies, before I have a small background about like the chemical stuff.
This is
So you,
amazing.
you
This is
came in
it.
with a little bit of knowledge that helped get you pointed in the right direction.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right. And what did you launch with? Did you launch with, because you've got a lot of different products. Did you launch with body care and extend from there? Like was it lotions and that went from there? How did
It
you
was
how did you
soaps.
develop your product line?
Soaps.
Okay. I started with soaps and lotion, body scrub, lip balms, and such stuff. But I'm Tunisian. I'm from Tunis. Like it's in country, Tunis. Most
Oh,
of the
where is
people.
where is that?
It's in South Africa. Sorry,
Oh,
North
okay.
Africa. North Africa. It's like near to Morocco and everything. In my country, usually we are people who use everything that comes from the earth.
So I remember even me and my sister, we used to always do our own oil mixtures and everything. I'm a Muslim, but I started wearing the hijab just 3 months ago. So usually I have very long hair, a very thick long hair. So I started my journey on Facebook Lives.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, so I was paying some groups to go like to pay online like per hour. And then people, when they start to see my hair, they was like, after trying my scrubs, my soaps and everything, and they say, you know, we want to have what you do for your hair.
Best advertising ever.
I was going to say, you're your own billboard. I like it.
Yeah, so, and especially everyone was like surprised because I was on that time, my daughter was still like maybe just few months. And usually because of the delivery and everything, you should have sometimes some problems with the hair. And then from there it started. So I started to do more on the hair things. And since I launched it, I think my hair products are the best sellers.
I love it. So I want to talk about, because we always hear, I've never actually had someone that, you know, recently has moved in the last few years to the US. We always hear about the way that women are treated in these other countries and how different it is than we're treated here. Can you speak to that a little bit and tell us like what is really going on when it comes to women in these other regions?
Really, I believe that we were treated really well.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I came from a family of 4 girls and a boy. We've been all of us very well educated. We've been too much spoiled from my dad, you know.
That's his job.
Thanks God that we all of us, I'm the oldest one, and then we've been able to finish our I had a master English, a master degree in business English. I have another sister, she's a judge, you know. So still, you can get the other one. She's like a vet. So we're really treated very well. I think it depends also on the woman herself, what she can accept. You know, but I think this can be everywhere. I see sometimes people here also, you know, they will be just stuck somewhere and they will say, okay, I was not able to do anything for my family. If they face the first failure in their life, they will just stop there, you know. So
yeah. You're right. It's what you accept and allow.
Exactly. Personally, when I did okay, now thanks God, I'm so happy. I'm a person who started the business with like less than $1,000, and now my inventory worth more than $50,000.
Look at you, girl.
Fantastic.
This is amazing.
Yeah, I ship to all states. I ship to Canada. I ship to Dubai, you know. I started with only like maybe 5 orders per month. Now I ship 100 orders per week.
Wow, that's awesome.
Amazing.
But at the same time, I had a lot of failures. I've been crying for many nights and days. I've passed through a lot of time that I was like, okay, I have to stop here, you know, I cannot move forward. But, you know, I've done a lot of like product tests that they didn't work. But
that's part of the journey though, you know, that's part of
exactly
making you the person that becomes successful is you have to have these tough moments or a failure or, you know what, a product doesn't do well.
I was not sleeping, like maybe I would sleep only 2 to 3 hours per day. I'm a person who needs to work at night. And I try to do my formulations also at night because during the day, I want also to give my time for my family because that's my priority. I have kids, you know, okay, I want to be successful women who have a business and all of this, but that should not affect like my relation with my kids or with my husband, you know. So I was trying to manage everything. Sometimes I feel like I'm overwhelmed. I cannot make it anymore. But also sometimes my husband, he's my support. He's the one who believed in me at the beginning, because even when I said at the beginning, I want to make it, I always remember that he told me, I know with your energy, you can do something one day. And I was like, okay, I'm going to make it.
That's fantastic. So you've grown a lot in these first couple of years. So you said you started with Facebook Live. Where are most of your client acquisitions coming from? Because like you said, it's an online store. You're not able to really show that your face and your energy and your personality as part of the sale, right? As part of the client acquisition. So where are the customers coming from?
Okay, these Facebook groups, usually they're made for sale. They're made for small businesses, and usually they're more for Arab women.
Mm-hmm.
So you will go live. I will try to explain about my products, you know, so you have to give this good customer service. I remember at the beginning, if someone will be buying from me for $50, I will be sending orders like for $100 because I want them to try my stuff, you know.
Well, that strategy clearly worked for you.
It's amazing. And I love that you found a way to really promote yourself in a whole new
way. And especially with, you know, the way that people are getting products now, being that more people shop online, they're more comfortable. You know, it's definitely not what it used to be like. I mean, in the old days, you used to go to the store and that was it. Now it's much different. What do you think has been the hardest part of this journey? You know, minus the fact of having, you know, the hard nights, but like just the business part. What's been the hardest part?
A business part. Okay, at the beginning, as I said, I started really with a very tight, small budget, but my dreams were bigger. But in the same time, when I wanted to advertise for myself, it was really hard for me at the beginning. Even like shooting my stuff, I do everything from A to Z myself. I formulate. I need to look for my ingredients. I have to make the bottles. I design my labels myself. I print them at home.
I love this.
I just go lives, and then when you go lives, it's not the same like when it's on online. You have to take notes. Then you call the customer. You said this is what's going on. You have to sell. They will sell you. You will pack. You will do. I do even labels. I do them at home. I stick my labels, and then, especially, I was new in the US, so I don't know usually how things works in here. You know, we don't have Zelle in my country, or in Lebanon, or in Dubai. We don't do labels at home. So, you know, we don't do all of that. So learning was really the hardest part for me at the beginning, and just focusing with all the things that you have in your head. That was like, but I'm so happy. I'm so excited.
I'm excited for you.
I know your energy is so good.
I know you've done amazing things with this. So here's my next question. You're doing everything from A to Z. You're printing the labels, you're shipping the boxes. You've probably taken over the garage and the guest room at your house in San Jose. Your kids are free child labor to pack things up. Like, I know how this works, right? So you only have so many hours in the day. You've got big dreams. How do you take this dream now to the next step? What's your plan for growth? Because it sounds like for you and your family, you might be at capacity of what you can do right now.
Okay, now this year was my plan started that I want to go more for a bazaar, to do more bazaars and pop-ups in the area. And I just launched my website 2 months ago, and I did also my website myself.
So you didn't even have a website until 2 months ago. Okay, and yet you had that kind of growth with just the exposure on social media.
Yeah,
fantastic.
This is great.
So and now I start having the help of my friends, because now I have friends in here. So,
yeah, you do.
Yeah, so I have like one best friend. She's my neighbor. She tries, at least when I have my bazaars, she will take care of my daughter. If I feel like I have days like I'm so busy with the lives and all of the stuff after that, my son is helping me. My husband is helping me. So, and we're trying just now, I'm focusing like to have a better, like my packaging, you know, all of this stuff. So this is it. And I feel, you know, when you feel like you are able to do something that gives you a lot of energy, and you will always find the way for it. Just breathe and keep doing it.
You need to take some of your energy and bottle that up and sell that out there.
Put that on Facebook.
Just breathe and everything will
a
be
little
fine.
bit of lightning in a bottle, which is great. So when you do these bazaars or these, you know, trade shows or whatever we want to call them, you're having to obviously make products to sell. So how much product are you making at a time, or is it all make to order?
No, that was before. Last year it was make to order. Now I always make, like yesterday, I just made 50 sets of shampoo.
Wow. Okay.
Okay. What we've done is that we moved from a house, because we used to live in like 2 bedrooms, and that was not enough, because I started everything in my kitchen. And then we find out, like after a time, like all the closets in the home, they're like stuffed with my things.
Taking over. I like it. Okay.
So then we decided to move to a bigger house so I can have my proper room, because I have a 2-year-old baby. I cannot just leave them out.
Yeah.
So I had now like bigger stuff to make my things. I do a schedule for myself. To be honest, sometimes I will feel like I cannot do anything. I just lay down. I would just like take everything out from my mind. I would just go.
You need to recharge.
Yeah, just watch TV. I will not do anything. I'll just have time with my kids, and then up again. Then tomorrow I'm like done. And I'm happy because my customers also, they know that my stuff are handmade. So usually they know that my processing time to ship is like 3 to 4 days minimum.
That's awesome. That's really awesome. So tell us where people can find you. What is your website?
It's Sana Bath and Body. I named the website after my daughter's name.
I love it.
That means, and Sana means like something very luxurious, something very high to achieve and stuff like that. So that's Sana Bath and Body. And then
It's everywhere. I have an Instagram that now I started to work on my Instagram, but I'm more on Facebook because that's the place from where I started.
So what would be like your best advice for somebody coming in from another country, wanting to get involved and do what you've done? Like what would be the one piece of advice that you would give somebody?
Believe in yourself. There is something inside you. Just look for it, you know? Before doing this, I wanted to sell some plates, bringing from Alibaba, doing drop shipping. It didn't work. I wanted to do a lot of stuff, bringing stuff from my country to sell in here. And then like, no, that doesn't work. I wanted to do some drop shipping. I think I did like 3 websites before that.
And it's sometimes it takes a few runs to find something that sticks. So believing in yourself, I think is the hard part sometimes for many. And to hear your story and to hear where you've come from and how you've been able to build, even with small children, a business that's thriving. And you're really kind of making it all come together. And as we can't say thank you enough for your time today, we will put your website in our show notes. And we were truly inspired this week. We do hope that everyone else gets out there and is inspired.